I'm David Lombardino, Editor-in-Chief of DLA Editors and Proofers. Today I'd like to talk to you about the difference between the AP style and Chicago style and how numbers are handled. I'd like to first start off by defining four terms: cardinal numbers, ordinal numbers, Arabic numerals, and Roman numerals. Now, cardinal numbers are the numbers as we know them: 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. Ordinal numbers, the easiest way to think about them is that they are numbers that put items in an order. So like first, second, third, fourth, etc. Arabic numerals are the numerals or figures that we use to write a number in a figure form as opposed to writing it out in words. So the number 1, the number 2, etc. Roman numerals are the use of letters like I, V, X, L, C, M, etc. to write a number in figures. And so to write the number 3 in Roman numerals as an example, you would put I, IV stands for the number 4, X stands for the number 10, etc. Now, basically speaking, for AP style, they're going to want you to write out all numbers less than 10, with one exception. And that exception is if the number is used in a casual expression. For example, a picture is worth 1,000 words, but a really great one is worth $1,000. In that phrase or sentence, you write out the number 1 even though it is less than 10. Now, when it comes to Chicago, they want you to write out all numbers that are 100 or less. Or you can follow the AP guideline, or the same rule that's used in AP, which is to write out all numbers less than 10. Actually, Chicago gives you the choice. Whatever you do, though, make sure that you're consistent throughout your document. Now, when it comes to beginning a sentence, AP is going to tell you to write out any number that starts a sentence, no matter the size of that number, unless it's a year. So, for example, 117 Dalmatians ran down the street. It would tell you to write out 117. By contrast, if you were to start off the sentence with a year like 2018 and say something like, 2018 was the year I noticed 117 Dalmatians running down the street, you would put that year, 2018, in figures. For Chicago, what they want you to do is they want you to write out any number that begins a sentence, even if it's a year. And so you can very quickly imagine that if you had to write out write out the number 2018 at the beginning of the sentence, 2018 was the year I noticed 117 Dalmatians running down the street, that could get very clunky. You'd have a lot of words, a very long phrase at the beginning of your sentence as you write out 2018. And so what Chicago would actually recommend that you do is to rephrase that beginning of your sentence or rewrite your sentence so that the year does not fall as a first word. So for example, in 2018, I noticed 117 Dalmatians running down the street. Now, you may get into situations where you have different types of numbers or different issues coming up with regard to numbers in the same paragraph or the same text. And so how do you handle that for consistency? And what AP wants you to do is they want you to always follow the rule for whatever the number is, no matter the situation, no matter the paragraph or the text. Chicago, on the other hand, I mentioned earlier that you've got some flexibility there. They want you to use that flexibility to make a determination about what would make more sense, what would be easier to read, or bring more clarity to the text, depending on how you choose that. And so they really put a preference on clarity and ease of reading over strictly following the rules. Oh, and by the way, one tip. If you're going to write out a number larger than 100 or 100, don't use the word and. So if you want to say 117 Dalmatians, it's not 117 Dalmatians, it is 117 Dalmatians. I hope you found this video useful and helpful to you. We offer a full range of editing services, whether you're using AP or Chicago style for anything really, whether that's a press release, newsletter, an annual report, dissertation, thesis, other type of manuscript, what have you. We can help you with it, and we'd love to help you with it. Come check us out at www.dlaeditors.com. Once again, that's www.dlaeditors.com.